Okay. Hi. I wasn't sure when I was gonna make this video, but it's just something that I really do want to share in general, because I really do feel like this should be out there for people that may be in a similar boat as me and are kind of stressing or they're confused and just don't know what to do. So hey y'all, my name is Brittany. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about the time I got scammed out of more than $10,000. I will be quite honest, it is a very hard video for me to make just because it took me so long to come to terms and accept what happened to me. Hence why it took me so long to make this video until I felt like I was confident enough and I was in the right mental state to finally share what happened to me and hopefully share this so other people don't fall into the same trap as I did. And if anything, I did actually make a TikTok video, like a small TikTok series, just so I had something out there while I was still kind of recovering from what happened, but I still wanted to get that message out there. And I did essentially help a few people, surprisingly. And I feel like there is a lot of people that just didn't tell me that I helped them out, but the idea was there and they were aware, because a lot of people did save my videos because I believe it's just something that's been happening to a lot of people. And no one is talking about it, essentially, and here I am talking about it. So essentially what happened was I was just scrolling on Instagram one day, and I do want to make a note, it's not like I was having any financial issues, but whenever I see an opportunity to help my family financially and myself, because as a student you don't really have a lot of time to work, I always keep my mind and my eyes open to see if there's any opportunities for a job. And upon scrolling on Instagram, an ad came up saying, get paid to work from home, help Walmart. And I was like, okay, this seems interesting. They said to basically interact with the post so I can get a message, and then it sent me to WhatsApp. This should have been a red flag, but then I've had things come up like that. And I've had similar scenarios that did happen like that in the past for other things, and it turned out fine, which is why I wasn't super aware of what was going on. But I kept an open mind, and I started a conversation with some sort of lady. Texts me back saying, hey, this is a task kind of job, this is how it goes, what I'm looking for, if I'm interested. And I was like, yeah, give me some more information just so I know a little bit more about it. And then she gave some good a good chunk of information to read over. I don't even believe there was spelling mistakes. I believe everything was making sense, hence why I kept going. And I was like, okay, this seems plausible, this seems pretty legit, I'm still interested. I didn't think I was gonna lose money, it's a job, so it's what can they possibly do to me? They forwarded me to another lady that was going to help me with the recruitment part to really get me on board with training, and her name is Eleanor. Eleanor was basically my trainer. She would let me know how the job worked and everything, and essentially this is what they had me do. It was a task job, and I should have realized there was a lot of inconsistencies from what Eleanor was telling me versus what the lady on WhatsApp was telling me, but then I brushed it off. I was like, I'm not really losing money. I don't see it where I can get scammed. So Eleanor was training me, and the job consisted of two things. One, taking screenshots from this subscription Walmart group chat on Telegram, which I'm going to talk about. And then two, essentially just kind of making a purchase and then getting a profit from that purchase by getting our money back as well. So it's we never really spent any money. Now, people may say that Telegram is a red flag, and I understand where they're coming from. But again, the reason why I didn't see a lot of issues is because I had similar scenarios happen to me in the past where I would engage with Instagram ads and just engage with Telegram conversations, and it didn't result into anything tragic. So that's why I was I kept an open mind. I was okay, we'll see how this goes, kind of thing. So essentially what I was supposed to do is there was this Walmart group chat where essentially they send by the hour, by minutes and hours of Walmart products to just take a screenshot of and then purchase that you can make. And then it was there's a whole level thing going on, you can level up, make more money. And I was okay, this is kind of interesting, but I'm not sure I trust it completely because I don't see money coming into my account. That was until I started with the training, and within the training she was telling me, so you have to do things with USDT. USDT is known as a cryptocurrency, if anything. And I was no, I'm not doing that. Those are scams. I'm not doing that. And I even said it word from word, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get scammed. This seems unrealistic. I don't trust this at all. And then Eleanor would keep reassuring me like, no, don't worry, like we can start with a small amount and then you'll see you'll be getting your money back. So that's exactly what I did. I did like a $40 thing, purchase, because like in order to get into the job you had to finish that part of the training. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do $40 isn't gonna hurt me. I wish it was just $40. When I did it, I got a $5 thing back. So it's like I spent $40, but then I got the $40 back, and then I made an extra $5 commission or profit. And then once it came to like getting that money into my actual bank account, everything came back normally. So I did that a couple of times. Like after the training, I did a couple of times just to get the hang of it. I was like, okay, so I'm actually making money from this. This is so weird. And then I realized, that's when I remembered like, hey, if I keep going with this, I could potentially level up and make even higher income. And then that's when I was like, okay, this is where I made the mistake. I thought like, okay, I'm just gonna stack up on like the money that I've been making, and then I'm just going to withdraw it after. So it's like a nice big amount of money just coming back to my account, and then I can evenly distribute between like my other accounts, like especially my savings, and then share it with like my sister so I can help her with like school and stuff that she may need. So that was that was my state of mind, going like, okay, let me just save up a lot and then I'm going to withdraw everything. Oh boy, was I wrong. So upon doing the whole training thing, they pass you along to a mentor. My mentor's name was Frederick Blake. He was a dude. And fun fact, I actually have found the real identities of these two people that I mentioned, Eleanor and Frederick. They're actual real people, but they're not the ones communicating with me, which is really unfortunate because now their face is being put for this horrible scam. But essentially I am in communication with Frederick the whole time. He's my mentor, and they say like everyone else has like either the same mentor or other mentors within like the program or like the job, and then Frederick was mine. And all my communication would be done through Frederick, and when it comes to like making any transactions, I would talk to Eleanor, my trainer, whatever her position was. And then for a couple of times it went smoothly. I would send screenshots to Frederick, who responded with the amount, and then when there's a special website, it looks sketchy, I should just stick with my gut because it did look sketchy. And then essentially, but they would show like the amount going into that account, and I was like, this is really, really interesting. And it really did show as well when I would withdraw and everything, like everything was there. So as I'm going with it, everything is just lining up. And when I was skeptical, I go back to the WhatsApp message of the lady who first messaged me, going like, can I see some documents, because I was that skeptical. And she comes back to me with some documents about I forgot what it's called, but essentially it's like the England version of Walmart. Their home base is basically in England under like the Walmart English name, you get what I'm saying. But then when I was searched up like this name of the company, it did came out as like a sister company of Walmart. So I was like, okay, interesting. So everything is just lining up. So that's why I really let my guard down, and I really shouldn't have, and I should have just trusted my gut. And as I'm going with the process, my gut kept telling me like, this is a scam, stop spending your money. But then my other part, I guess my heart was just saying, you can get your money back if you just keep pushing through. And I really, really wish from now on, like ever since then, I just listened to my gut, like legit. So talking with Frederick was a roller coaster, because essentially when I started losing a lot of money, which I'm going to quickly talk about later on, he would be saying like, here, I'm going to give you $1,000 to help you pay off some of the fees, and so you can withdraw the money, and once you withdraw it, you just have to pay me back. And I was really putting my trust in this guy, because he's saying like because like even with Eleanor, she was saying, I can't help you, I'm going to risk my job. Frederick was like, you know what, I may risk my job, but I really want to help you out. So he really got me when it came to like, it's just like on a personal level, it was just like really reassuring. And I was like, I didn't know who else I could turn to, and it was just so depressing. But essentially, again, it's a scam. So the way how I started losing money was pretty horrible, because it came down quick. So one day I was like, okay, I have $1,000 that I can spend so I can level up and make like $500 back within like profit. And then once I do that, automatically there's like issues with my account saying I can't withdraw because so and so. And then the first issue was like, I accepted like when there's a pop-up on the screen, automatically your reaction is to press okay. And apparently I confirmed to doing a special commission of $5,000 and $10,000. And I had to do that in order to validate my account. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't do this. So then they were saying, just do the 5,000 one and we'll get someone to do the $10,001 for you. And I was just like shaking my head. I'm like, okay, I just get this $5,000 one out of the way and then I'm going to move on from this issue and I can withdraw my money and put it back into my account. I get it to the 10,000. Some guy that's in charge of these special commissions, his name was Cooper Matrix. What a wonderful name, right? Red flags now that red flags. Cooper Matrix had like connections of people that can help with these special tasks to get the $10,000 out the way, and then you can continue with normal tasks. Now, keep in mind, as I'm doing these special tasks, it's like a whole story. It's like so thick, but I feel like if you've been through what I've been through, everything is like making sense. Like you're saying like, oh my gosh, that's happened to me too. So upon accepting the offers, my mentor Frederick was like, message the customer service on the Walmart website that we're working on and they'll help you get that sorted out. He was saying, you weren't supposed to click that. Why did you click that? That is your fault. You're on your own. I was like, whoa, I didn't know. I really didn't know. And I was just like freaking out. So then the customer service responds saying, join this group chat. Other people are also there for the same thing and can get started. And I kind of thought to myself, how are these people at like 10:56 p.m. in the same position as I am about accepting this? And I was like, okay, I'll accept it. And this is when I get introduced to a special girl. So upon joining this group chat, there's me, Cooper Matrix, and two other people that essentially got the job like I did, and they accidentally accepted the offer like I did. This one lady was an old lady. Apparently she was getting through those tasks. She was like, so essentially she was like, okay, I'm done my $5,000 task. What do I do next? And then Cooper Matrix would be like, okay, just do the $10,000 one and you're done. And then once she was done, they took her off the group chat. And then while this is happening, another girl, her name is like Marina, I believe. I don't care what her name is anymore. And she actually messaged me first going like, oh my gosh, can you believe this? Because in the group chat, I was saying like, I can't pay this. This is too much. Like, this is ridiculous. And then she messaged me privately. She came to me and was like, can you believe the task and stuff like that? Like, and then we started having like a one-on-one conversation, like, hey, how did you get this job? And then she was telling me how her friend referred to her and like her job, like giving me a whole story. And it was so believable. Like, everyone had a background story. Everyone knew what they were going to say. Everyone had the exact appropriate response to everything. So I'm talking to this Marina girl or Maria, I don't care. Starts with an M, I think. And then we're just having a conversation like how we're going to pay it off. Believe it or not, we even called each other on Telegram. I heard her voice. We had conversations. One time I even cried to this lady going like, I don't know how I'm going to pay this off. And she's there comforting me going like, it's okay. I believe you got this. Like, I finally got my $10,000 task out the way. I finished that too. Like, she was there with me through thick and thin. And it's so wild of how elaborate this scheme is. Like, people, like, it's to the point, not even, like, the police don't even care, bro. Like, ugh. But yeah, upon that group chat, me and Marina, whatever her name is, I'm just going to keep saying that, we stayed in contact and we would talk about like the tasks and stuff and keep up with each other. And like she was so sweet, and it makes me so mad of how they really pull with your heartstrings. It's disgusting. So essentially how I kept losing more money was like, there was a bail certification thing on my account and I had to pay a bail fee of like $5,000. And then after that, it was like, oh, your other like coin account isn't working. We have to set you up with a new one. And I shouldn't have known that I shouldn't have given them my wallet information for like the USDT account for like crypto. I'm never touching crypto again in my life, by the way. And essentially it was like, when I was signing up, they're like, don't share this code with anyone. But then the Walmart people, customer service, are like saying, just send us the code. It's all right. And I was like, I was very vulnerable. I really didn't know what to do other than just keep trusting them because they've just been so cooperative. And again, I let my guard down because I was just so vulnerable. It's like, what else am I supposed to do? Now, funny enough, there has been times where there were like clear signs I should have stopped. The first one was when I tried to do a e-transfer for one of my bails or like one of my fees. I couldn't use, I don't remember how this happened, but essentially I couldn't use one of my accounts to get the money out. So then Eleanor, my trainer, was like, okay, go talk to this guy. He can send it to you, no problem. Now, I tried to get the right amount to withdraw from this guy, but the money wasn't sending. So that's when I had to like go to like my bank, like one of my branches, and then they told me full on like, how did you hear about this job? Like, can you tell us more about it? And then they understood like it was a scam. And I was like thinking to myself, like, what the heck are you talking about? No, it's not a scam. Like, I got my money back. I've been doing this for a while and I actually got some money back. And then they were saying, well, essentially the person you're trying to send the money to has been flagged as a fraud. And I was like, oh, interesting. So then they flagged him again and told me not to send my money to this person or to these people. But did I listen? No. And that was like a clear sign like I should have stopped. But did I? No. Why? Because I felt so hopeless because I already spent so much money and I just wanted it to be over. And I thought doing these last couple of steps of sending the money would have ended it, but no, I just kept sending more money in hopes. Like, they came up with the best excuse every time, as if like, oh, you can't withdraw this amount because the money that you have in your account now is way too high and it's unbalanced, and we have to add some more to make a purchase seem like validated or something. They use like the proper words. There was no broken English, hence why like that's always a big given to see if something is a scam. It was proper English, proper communication, proper punctuation and everything. It was formal, it was organized, and that is essentially why I felt as a victim to this scam. Now, I don't really want to go into details exactly how much and how, but that is like the rough idea of like basically what happened. And I just want to say, if it's anything like TikTok videos, like into videos, watch stuff, or like tasks, if it like the main word here is task scam. You do not want to engage with that because essentially it is a scam. When you start off, you think to yourself, how am I going to lose so much money from this? There's no way. There is a way, and they loop you in really well. And like I mentioned before, I did make some TikTok videos to alert people ahead of time, and people did came forward and share their stories with me, even commented going like how they even lost money to stuff related to this or this like scam specifically. Hence why I want to have this video out as soon as I can, just to let people know like, beware of this specific task scam. And a lot of times they don't just fall under Walmart, even Amazon, and again like TikTok and YouTube. It's just mind-boggling. If I were to say any last tips and facts is, again, one, if you see task scam, do not engage with it. Or sorry, if you see something about a task job, do not engage with it. It is 100% a scam. You don't engage with that at all. Two, a lot of online jobs are difficult. And like when I saw this opportunity to make extra money on the side while studying, I was hesitant. I really did do my research, but because this kind of scam isn't being talked about, I wasn't able to get the resources out to see what other people are saying, if it's something I should stay away from. Because believe it or not, when this first started with me, it was like back in March 23rd, probably that day exact, like that day still traumatizes me for some reason, but now you know. And it's just like, I was doing all my research. I'm always being so careful about these things. I would always search up everything, go like, okay, this Walmart task job scam, and nothing came up. Like when I would be like specific with wording, nothing came up. It wasn't until 2 weeks in where things were a little bit more like just like in there, like things were kind of happening where I would know what words to search up, what terms and what things to search up to get the answers that I needed before I started this whole thing. And then once I actually got into this, I knew exactly like, okay, let me search up this instead. And then that's when results started coming out. So clearly not enough people are talking about this, I guess, because either people are embarrassed, afraid, ashamed, like I am, all three of the above. But I feel like having this out is the best way of getting the word out to multiple people. And yeah. So today is officially April, May, June. It's about 3 months since the whole thing happened. I did came forward to my parents and my family, like my sister, what happened. I told them how it happened. And as well as like, it was a very, 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 very like difficult time to admit like I've lost more than $10,000. I sometimes did touch up like some of my mom's money thinking I was gonna put it right back like nothing happened, but then something did happen. I used up most of my savings and it was really difficult, but like they helped me get into the right mentality of, okay, just start working, start making that money back, pay off the credit cards, because I actually did touch my credit cards in line of credit just for this freaking job. But essentially they helped me get into the right mental state to just move on, because I even said like my life is over. Like it was like so hard to like live with myself, but they encouraged me to just say money comes back, lives don't. So that's still gonna hit me, and it helps. Look at me getting emotional, and that is essentially what helps me keep going. Not me getting so emotional, bro. But yeah, that essentially helps me keep going, because money does come back, lives don't. So risking my life just because I lost a lot of money shouldn't have been like a mentality thing. I should have just like pushed forward like they kept reassuring me to do. And ever since then, I got a couple jobs. I was working on getting money back into accounts, paying back the amounts that I basically lost. And right now, mentally, now I'm able to just speak about this specifically. I do feel a lot more confident with myself, knowing like, okay, I keep working hard, I'm going to get that money back. And you know, I didn't even really need that money. Now that I'm in this position, it's like, I don't really need that money right now. If anything, I could just like make some extra money later on if I need for anything necessary. But right now, unfortunately, like the money that I'm making right now, it could have gone into my savings, but now it's like going back to pay back the money that I lost, essentially. But again, I'm in a better mentality, hence why I'm able to make this video now. I really wanted to make it the moment it happened, but it was like so raw, and I knew I was going to keep crying because just thinking about it is just like very traumatizing to me. But I do not want anyone else falling into the same position that I did. So please, please, please share this video if you know anyone that is in a similar position that may be looking at something similar. Tell them like the online job that they're looking at is a big risk potential scam. And yeah, because I would hate for anyone else to be in the position that I was in. Did I report it to the police? Of course I did. I reported it to the police, and they even like assured me like, because it was done online, there's probably no way of getting that money back. And even though I can still track the money that they're making, believe me, they are making a lot of money. Like they are still getting people up till this day. Like it's mad. Like I still get messages from them. Like I never cut ties just in case I need to stay connected with them, but they still message me going like, hey, do you need help getting your money back? And I still kind of like egg them on, going like, yeah, probably later, yeah, until I feel like it's the right moment to really, really like, you know, put them in. That's pretty much it. Yeah, but like I'm saying, with the police, I tried following up with the police 3 months later. They didn't answer me. But I really do think this is like a severe problem, because there's so many similar scams, and clearly like law enforcement, I don't see law enforcement doing much about it. The only thing I've seen was them helping like an old couple get like their money back after a crypto scam. But here we are, a lot of like, especially like young adults like me, that I saw like messaging me back saying like one person had to spend their rent money just to get the fees paid, and the fees don't end. Like they keep telling you the scam is essentially like things are just going to keep happening to your account. You can't withdraw the money that you're putting into the Walmart or whatever website you're using is inputted manually. It's not automatic. So it's like, it's a well written out scam, and I really just want to warn everyone to stay away from this. Now, if you have any questions, or if this is something that you want to talk to me personally and just like kind of rant, because I know how difficult it is to come to terms. Like it took me so long to finally go like, this is a scam. I had to tell my family, and I told them, you can potentially just message me. No promises that I'm going to answer quickly, but I will do the best that I can. But I just want this to be out in case anyone else is in a similar boat that I was in. But I am doing better now, 3 months later. And I wouldn't wish this upon everyone, but it has really been a learning experience, a growing experience as well. And I took everything I learned from that experience to just make the best of the situation and just move forward. Because again, money comes back, but lives don't. So if you are in a troubled situation, it's not the end of the world. Just you got this. That's all I can say. But yeah, sorry for like a little bit of a sad, depressing video. But yeah, it's important to just share these things. Hence why I have this YouTube channel, to be vulnerable and just share stuff. Because if I don't do it, who will, you know? So that's the end of this video. I really do hope this has been enlightening in some way. It's not the most entertaining. It's actually the most depressing thing I could do. But yeah, if you have any other questions, recommendations, and stuff, feel free to just comment them down below. And I really do hope this helped you out in a way. So thank you all so much for watching. And hopefully I can start making more videos soon. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.